Good morning, everyone. I finally got the face cam up, so that's exciting. It's an awful morning so far from a price action standpoint. I mean, it's not horrible. You can see here on SPY, we did get a breakout above the opening range, but it's not that fun. Definitely not that fun to trade. I did get a trim in on my CVS calls for 20% or so. Dino made a nice move back today. Let's take a look at that one real quick. It's only because oil's up like 3.5% right now, which is nice, but I took this trade sort of as like a leverage or as a hedge, I guess, in a way, in case the market did dump, which is weird because the market is green today and oil's green at the same time. I haven't checked the VIX yet. I'm a little late today, but the VIX is also green. So weird. Very weird. If you guys have any questions, anything you want me to look at, go ahead and put it in the chat. I'll take a quick look at it. Not sure if I want to play the indexes yet. SPY looks like it's above previous day high. It's above the opening range. It might make a run up to pre-market high. We'll see. I don't know. It's only like 46 cents away. But yeah. So we've got that. We've got my I still have my run calls. I still have my Riley calls. BMY is green again. Like I said, Dino's back up. I kind of regret not averaging down on those on Friday because that would actually technically be green. And then I have my JetBlue as well. My JetBlue is green right now. Just entered Apple calls to fill the gap. I'll take a look at IBM in a minute. Yeah, I don't know why. This should get filled back up to here to 310. I do like that though. IBM, let's take a look. Interesting. Actually had a nice move. The problem is it doesn't seem to be really holding above 239, which was this important level right here, right? It kind of needs to hold above this. From a daily perspective, you would want to see us start filling this gap, right? I talked about this a couple of weeks ago where this gap will eventually get filled. I think like long term, well, maybe even leaps. I would probably say leaps. JetBlue's up 5% right now. It's up like 0.2. It's not even enough. Down 30%. Which cons did you get? The ones I had the $6 calls for September 4th. They're at 0.40. I got in at like 0.38-ish. Take a look at Joby Aviation. Yeah, it's really strong. Probably heads back up to $10. Realistically, we want to see a move back up into this resistance here, which looks very possible at this point. What it does need though is it needs more volume, because without the volume, you're really not going to get anywhere. So, my broker is saying it's green right now. I'm not sure why. Maybe my cons haven't updated. Oh yeah, 'cause it's down. Yeah, it's down. So I'm down like 25%. That's fine. Might have to average down today. I think it's because no trades have come in yet, so my broker's saying it's at a certain price, but it's actually not. Wonder how BMY is doing. This one's also slightly red. I want like a really green day on this one. Yeah, you might. It might just be because which is fine. The price is going to be the same on Robinhood, Webull, or anywhere else. It's just that I don't know if the volume there's been any volume on it yet. So technically, like for my broker at least, it's not going to show the price until there's a trade that takes place. I don't know. It's odd. But it is down right now. It might be worth averaging into. Yeah, I really regret not buying more Dino on Friday. It just kind of suck. I was using Webull for this one. It's fine. We have the same price. It just yours probably just updating a bit sooner. Let's take a look at SPY again. See if it's still chopping. It might retest this area here and then head higher. If Apple can make a run today and recover some of this move down, then it should drag SPY up with it. I think so far today though we're seeing more strength on SPY than the Nasdaq. That's due to memory today. Memory is not that strong today, which is fine. I mean, I expected memory to chop around a little bit. What does kind of suck is SanDisk is up what, 4% today. I still have some of my SNXX shares, so they're slightly red now, especially after earnings. But yeah. I already averaged down on Riley on Friday. They're actually sitting right at the price that I did average down at. So, not yet. Not yet. I'd probably lean bullish on the market right now. Yeah, so it did. So, another high of day. Could try some Tesla calls, actually. See what these are sitting at. Because it is above the opening range, right? Good morning, Christina. Yes, I did finally get the face cam. I just hope it's clear enough. I think it is. Should be. I think I want to take a stab at some Tesla calls while it's outside the opening range here. So let's go for the 332 around like 0.9095-ish. So take a stab at those. I think it sees a breakout. That's a 0 DTE too, so it's definitely risky. We'll see what it wants to do though. Thoughts on Cypher? Let's take a look. It's down 3% today. My thoughts are it's still a good buying opportunity. But the problem is you have, I don't know, a lot of it's like the same sector stocks are really on a bad downtrend recently. But this is still a great stock to invest in. More of like long term though. I mean, I think this easily sees back above 30 all-time highs in 2027 without a problem. Maybe even later this year. It depends on if we get, a good strong market breakout. By the way, everybody had a chance to get in Tesla a little cheaper. Still kind of hanging around here for now. SMCI is up 25-ish from last month. Would you still buy calls for ER or let it pass because it's already 25%? Problem is, SMCI doesn't really have good earnings like every time, if I remember correctly. I did run like a statistical back test on this one for earnings, and I think, well, that's not true because we had up move here, down here, down here, down here, down here. Okay, so I was right in my back test. So I was like the majority of the time SMCI does drop. As for this time, it's had a 40% move off the lows, but I mean that's pretty normal for SMCI considering that. I mean, even like here, it had what, 154% move before or after its earnings. I don't know. You can trim Tesla. Tesla's up to 116 now. You can trim those calls. I think it did have a nice breakout-ish for now. Just enough to take some trims. I think it could be headed higher, but you can trim the calls just in case it does come and retest back down here. What was I saying? Oh, SMCI. Yeah, it's I don't know. I'm never really optimistic about it every earnings round, but that's up to you. But for your to answer your question, just because it's up 25% does not mean that it's like priced in for a move down. We saw that with SanDisk. SanDisk kept dumping. SanDisk was down 40% from its high, and it continued to have another 8% drop after its earnings. So you never know. I did not take a look at PLTR today. Yeah, 3%. It keeps going. I think I said, what did I say last week? That it's gonna break and keep going. That's exactly what it's doing. Yeah, Tesla up for 1.46 now, so I hope everybody got that one. You can take more trims. It's breaking out. That one went red, so I know everybody had a chance there. You cannot tell me you didn't have a chance. That's 57% there. We'll see if it keeps going. Ideally, I'd like it to run up to, where was that? Pre-market high, right here. That would be ideal. What I'm going to do is set an alert just in case I forget. But I mean, I already have my trim set in the broker, so everybody should have made money there. Thoughts on copy trading? In regards to what? like in general, my thoughts on copy trading analysts or copy trading me? Sorry, I don't really understand that one. I think Apple's about to break if you want to take a look. I agree. I think Apple is about to break. It has its opening range right here. The problem is it's still in this this zone, right? I think it'll bounce. You do have to be careful because if you take a look on like a higher time frame, like the 4 hour or something, you actually see this. It almost looks like a bear flag in a way. I'm not saying that is a bear flag, but it's starting to form into one. But Apple does look like it's going to try and break the opening range. By the way, I sacrificed taking SPY calls and took Tesla instead because Tesla seemed to have more potential, in my opinion, and it's turning out to be correct so far. Very nice, good job. Yeah, perfect. Stop limit is always key. Well done. I think as long as, what did I say too? I said if Tesla does have a breakout, I think SPY is going to gain some strength on the day. It depends on how strong this Tesla breakout can be, right? We're up to 152, so we're over 50% now on these. I want the pre-market high here. Are you involved in how? Oh, for copy trading, for like the whole study we did. Yeah, I mean, I know how it works. It's possible. There's a lot of legalities behind it, and it's not something I can really offer right now because of the legalities and stuff. It's coming. Don't worry. It's coming. It is something that we are working on. What we are working on, though, first is more of we want to work on providing the actual Tori website first and platform itself. There will be a day where we won't even be on Discord anymore. It'll be its own. We'll have our own platform with our own alerts. There's a lot of good things coming. It'll be better. But copy trading will be something we do offer later in the future. Just not right now. Meta is breaking. Let's take a look. Meta's not breaking just yet. Meta will break if it gets above 604.50. Thoughts on Apple calls at 31. Emmanuel, it depends on which strike you're talking about. Are you talking about, or which expiration, I mean. Have I ever worked for Wall Street hedge funds? Not yet. No, I have not. Not yet. I'm not sure that's something I want to do, though, because I really enjoy doing what I do. Tesla's pulling back. I still think it'll hit that pre-market high. SPY is going. What did I say? Retest the pre-market high. I think it's doing that right now. I think a lot of stocks are testing that. I might average down in JetBlue. Yeah, we're an hour in already, and we've hardly even moved on SPY, so I can't really say it's great for trading right now, but yeah, it's retesting the pre-market high right now. Actually, I haven't even looked at the Qs yet today, but they seem pretty weak, in my opinion. The VIX is still green. So is oil. So Just a bit of a slow morning. See, what we could do right now is we could take a stab at SPY calls in anticipation of a break, and I think I'm actually going to do that. I'll probably go really light, though. We'll probably go for like the, oh, the 775. Let's try some 775 calls. Let's see what happens. It's like 0.65. Let's see if it does break that pre-market high. Because if it does, then these are definitely going to bank. I'll add more if we dip down here. What are my calls for JetBlue? Right now I hold the $6 call for September 4th. We want a pre-market high break here, by the way, on SPY. If it doesn't break pre-market, then we're not going anywhere. And we're going to go right back down and retest the opening range. And it's going to suck. Thought on Apple for a long time. September 8th or 18th, the 315. Let me take a look. It's got gaps too. It's got a gap here. It's got a gap here. Yeah, I like it, especially if you're going to go for like a... What is that? What's today? The 10th? You're going to go for like a gap fill within a month or so. Because if you fill this gap, right, we get back up here to 316. This is like that. In here, it could range, right? But if you're going to target, let's say like a month out, I don't know how many days that is, but was that 8 bars, 9 bars? It's going to be roughly like 20 bars. Like by here, if it could fill, we would need a decent bull market, right? Or a decent amount of bulls to step in. But it's possible. I like the 315 because that's a good price to fill this gap, especially for like going a month out and you're playing it safe. So I like it. Up 134% on the week. I still feel like I'm underperforming. No, you are not underperforming. You are very much overperforming. Wait, you're already like... You already made 134% for today? No, I'm not in Tesla. I stopped out at break even. Although, actually, let's take a stab again here. Let's go for some Tesla calls again. Let me look at the strikes. That's a ridiculous candle down. Let's go for the 332 again. Let's see what happens. It's like 6-1. It's a lotto. You can get it at like 6-3. If it retests and goes, that's what I'm thinking. It could retest and go. Problem here, Spy isn't really, Spy is not cooperating. Well, Spy calls are still sitting at break even, so. I have X. You can DM me on X. If you can't do Discord. And even then, on Discord, you can still, like, if you're not part of the community, you can still DM me, I think. It's just clint.options. I have it in the description. I forget where, but it's there. Spy calls green again. Yeah, there's other ways to contact me. You can just DM me on X. There's ways. I don't get it. Like, I've asked so many times about the bots on X to, like, get them removed, and people, at least the admin, to just, like, help me keep them out of my comments. Doesn't work. It's so frustrating. And it's not just like one comment or two comments, it's like, I don't know. Shoot me a DM again, and then I will check it and see. Like, so it'll come up under most recents. I don't know, I get a bunch a day, so I try to keep up with them. Spy calls back to break even. I am not heavy on anything right now, so nobody should be too heavy on any of the positions. Tesla did bounce, very nice. We'll see if that bounce holds up. So it's about 36% on, or 50%. We hit 50% on Tesla calls. We'll see if it keeps going. It would be cool if Tesla keeps going. Let me check PLTR, because maybe I'll pivot over to that one and play some. Oh yeah, that does look strong. It's pretty consistent too. Problem is it's up 4% already, so I don't know if I want to go for that. Like, yeah, I agree with you. It's bullish and it'll probably keep going, but I'm not sure. Boeing also is also pretty strong right now. If it breaks previous day high, then yeah. Boeing calls could be good. Kind of waiting for Spy calls to play out right now. And now my cons are suffering from data. Do I like Dell here? Let's take a look at Dell. I do like that it's outside the opening range. And And I also like that we're sitting here at all-time highs, right? This one's been ranging. It's due for a nice breakout. I agree. I don't know if it'll happen today, and those icons are way too expensive for me to even think about playing them. But yeah, GLD, yeah, gold, silver are they're on a nice run right now, actually. And I was talking about how they broke out of this resistance, right? Even like SLV has gaps to fill, GLD has gaps to fill. Once SLV breaks this gap here, it'll head up to $64. I don't know what that is on the futures. Yeah, on the futures, I think we could be headed back to the 70s. Yeah, I think we're headed back to the 70s on silver. At least it's looking that way right now. SPY calls sitting at 0.70. I really want Tesla to retest or to head up to the pre-market high. I think that would be cool. That was a good bounce right here off of the opening range. I figured it'd bounce, but I really want SPY now. I want to get at least like 20% on SPY. I want to see a break here. It might be up to memory, honestly. Because if memory doesn't do anything, then... Since everything wants to revolve around memory now. Yo! Breakdown Sniper just hit 125% on OXY. That's insane. He must have been following the oil this morning. Yeah, he was following oil. SPY calls hit 0.83. Can take a trim there if you got in a little earlier. We'll see if it officially breaks. It doesn't officially break the pre-market high until the 5-minute close is above. So just keep that in mind. But that is 25% on SPY calls. SPY at 0.80. Correction, SPY is at 0.83. And now we're headed higher. Yep, this looks like a breakout. Okay. It's not confirmed until it actually closes above, but SPY calls are up. Don't get too excited. It's not a 100% banger just yet. Tesla calls are up 70% now, so go ahead and trim more of those. Oops, I can't spell. We'll see if Tesla keeps going. It would be awesome if Tesla... 0.88 on SPY, by the way. Those Tesla calls are 110 now and climbing. It's like 75%-ish. Let's see if it keeps going. So it's like 80% on Tesla. Let's see if SPY keeps up. I'm actually surprised that stocks are not selling off as the Strait of Hormuz is not completely open. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the other day when we had that sell-off, they were talking about how the Strait of Hormuz was open, and the market was selling off. So I don't think really at this point uh, the strait is mattering as much as it did like 2 months ago, um, which is interesting. But I think everybody is also getting used to Trump constantly announcing peace deals. Um, and I don't say this from a criticizing political at all. Like I'm just stating that the market doesn't seem to really be moving uh, that strong with Trump saying stuff anymore, unless there's like an actual like official agreement between both Iran and the United States, and both of them coming out saying that we have agreed to something. It's not worth really trading off of any other news until then. Also, the Strait of Hormuz is closed, but I was reading stuff about how ships are like still going in and out. I don't know. It's a lot. I feel like we're probably going to see more downside of Apple today. It's possible, but I forget who was asking me if it was you, Emmanuel. Then I still think that the 315 is a good strike for a month out. I think you're going safe there, in my opinion. See how SPY is doing. I think they got up a little higher. 0.89-ish. We'll see if it keeps going. The next spot should be up here at like 775, 50-ish. We'll see if it keeps going. Just trimmed some NVIDIA. Were you short, Christina? Or did you buy calls on the bottom? Bought a swing call on Tesla for August 8th. What do you think? I got a 345 strike. 345 for the, what day? Like a week out? Me personally, I would have waited to see if we could get above the pre-market high, and I would sacrifice the $2 extra. But I mean, your play is only really invalidated if Tesla goes red on the day. Like if we fall back into the range, I think your play is kind of invalidated. Run slightly red today. I did trim a nice portion of that on Friday, but I might go SPY calls again. I still have them. They are slightly down. I'm gonna try SPY calls again. Let's go for the I'm just gonna keep scalping it because I think there's more upside. Let's go for the 775 again at 0.64-ish. We'll still count it as a lotto since it is 0 DTE. So we can get some fill at 0.60. I got some fill at 0.60. Probably won't go any lower than 0.55. So retest the previous day high. If it falls back into the range, I'll probably get out of calls. It just seems like way too dramatic of a drop for now, at least. Unless there's news and I missed that. I don't mind if Tesla dumps. It's not that big of a deal to me because I took 50% 2 times on it. And remember, we're pretty much scalping because there's just a lot of chop right now. I'll look for some new swings. Might take a stab at Unity. Unity could probably see a little higher. This chop is really bad, though. This is some really bad chop. Well, let's see. If we go for some Unity calls like a month out or so, those are pricey. Maybe I'll wait on those ones. Peloton does have a gap, especially after it's actually this was the one. Yeah, this was the one I wanted to. Last night I was looking at. I think I want to get calls here because the earnings really weren't that bad. Yeah, I think I'll take a stab at these ones. We'll probably go like a month out though, like September 18th. We want to go in the money, so probably the $5 call. Just to be safe. I mean, we could do the 6. Let me see. So if we did the 6, then because if it does fill that gap, that's almost 100% gains. Let's try the $6 call actually for a swing. I don't mind that. So it's Peloton. It's for September 18th, so it's like a month out. You're going to go for the $6 call sitting around 0.24. Let's see how SPY's doing. So we'll see if it retests that opening range, and then I'll average down, and then if it falls back in, then I'll stop out. So I'll add more here. But the 5-minute closes back below, then we'll go for the 774 call, like 0.74. Let's see if it holds. It's gonna bounce. I mean, the market will bounce. It's just very choppy right now. It might be because memory is... No, it's not memory. Even Apple's going up, so it's kind of weird. All NVIDIA is dumping. I think AMD 540 September 8th makes sense too, in my opinion. Yes, but... Not so sure about that one. Because if it falls through this range right here, this was that range I was talking about last week. If it falls through, then we're going to see lower, probably like lower 400s. I would avoid memory, especially with that monopoly lawsuit going on. Yeah, that's why I don't have much exposure in memory right now. I only have SNXX shares. That's the only thing I have, like my only exposure to memory right now. I think I might have some MUL shares too, which is the leverage for, I should check that actually, for MU, but nothing too heavy. Because memory is definitely risky to give a shot right now. It's so funny. The fact that you had the fact that you had so many people that actually thought the top was in, right? And this whole idea that we had topped, you know, and we're headed down, it was absolutely ridiculous. You saw it everywhere. It was on X, it was on all over the place in these discourse. The S&P was only down 4% or ish from its highs. That's hardly anything. Like if we saw a move, you know, that we had back in like February to March, you know, where we were down like 10% or so, and the NASDAQ was down like way more, then I would have been like, oh yeah, maybe this actually is the top, you know. But here we go again. I talked about it multiple times. We're going to see another leg up in the market, right? Sure enough, we did. And not just like, I think this is the beginning of more. It doesn't look like it's finished yet. I think there's definitely more. I don't know. It's People are ridiculous. They constantly want to call the top. Like, yeah, I get it. All the numbers in the market and everything is saying that the top should be in. I 100% agree with you. It's very much overbought. The memory was ridiculous. But Trump is not going to let the market dump. He's not going to let a pullback happen. It's not worth trying to fight it. Not under his presidency, at least. What is kind of concerning, though, is you have the NASDAQ hasn't made a new high yet. And I think that's due to its exposure in memory, because memory did and still is having a pullback. Which is fine. I still think the NASDAQ is going to make an all-time high later this year. But I was just getting so sick of people saying that the top was in. I was like, guys, we're hardly even down. The second entry on calls is up 30%. The first entry is slightly down. All I have right now are SPY calls. So remember, I take trims, right? So I trim. The stop loss gets moved up to break even every time. That way you avoid a loss. I mean, there will be times where I clarify and say, hey, like, consider holding, you know, maybe a little longer, especially if it's like a lotto or something or a light position, then I will play a little more risky. Oops, wrong ticker. I don't know. So they're up 15% today, right? They did leave a big gap behind. I wouldn't be bullish on this until we break back above $7 personally, like this $7 to $7.50 range, and then I would want to go for the move from like $7.50 to $9.20 ish up here, $9. That would be the move I would be looking for. They do have earnings, so it says Boeing to sell Whisk, Archer to stake an ETOL marker. So, wait, were earnings pre-market? Am I just stupid? What's today? Monday? Oh, ASTS has earnings today too. So does HIMS. It says earnings are afterwards. But that looks like an earnings move. Pre-market. I don't even see anything on the earnings whispers. Hold on. Oh no, it is scheduled for aftermarket close. Okay. So it might go even more. Oh, this is so choppy. Okay. Need to get back above previous day high. I see no need to force myself into anything else right now. Because if SPY closes into the opening range, then you would want to short it for a move down to the lower end of the range, right? So the stop loss at break even on the second SPY call entries, and then I still have the first ones. And then I might average down on JetBlue. A lot of fun stuff happens in pre-market, yes. For sure. Okay, so oil is really strong right now, right? Dino is holding above 3.5. It's holding above 3%. I'm probably going to average down on it because the expiration on those is the 21st. So I have like a week and a half for those to play out. I took my trim on CVS. Run, I did take a trim on, but I probably will add more. Those are slightly down. BMY is still green for me. And then Riley is still down. Riley should be headed up. We should be seeing a breakout here. It should still go. Let me take a look at DRAM. DRAM is just like the rest of memory, been on a downtrend, right? I added some at 51. I added more at 48. I haven't added more since then, so I'm sitting like right around where I've been adding DRAM. I like memory. I think memory still goes. I think it keeps going. Yeah, I've been buying some DRAM. Like I said, I have some SNXX. I don't have, like I was saying, I don't have a lot of memory exposure at all right now. But I do own some DRAM that I bought a long time ago, and then I own, of course, some MOL, and then a little bit of MOL and a little bit of SNXX. They're all leverage. It's all leverage stocks. I think SPY is just going to burn its cons, if I'm being honest. I think it's just going to burn. It's just chopping. Let's check out Chewy calls. Probably go for so the 24.5. Nah, I'll wait for those. Okay. I'm gonna wait then. So that's it for me for this morning. Especially considering the chop. I don't want to keep having to scalp this, so I'm happy with the Tesla calls that we had and the original SPY gains. I'm 2 for 3 on SPY right now. Let's see if I can pull off the 3 for 3. But other than that, I'm done. I'm not trading this chop. It's way too choppy. We're in a stupid like 0.3% range ish on SPY. It's not even worth trading. Yes, Intel is good. I continue to I like that one. And I think we'll see 120 actually soon. Later this year. TE calls. I'll take a look at those real quick. Going into earnings on Wednesday. Yes, I like calls. I normally go calls on this anyways. I don't think I've ever shorted TE. But I do like calls, yes. They're kind of in the same boat with like FSL. I think FSL calls are good. I know it's on like the ban list for the Altori community for reasons, but yeah, I mean, I do think TE calls could be good. With that being said, SPY is kind of going up right now. Calls are back up 30%. We'll see though. I'm gonna be done trading for now until we see some better movement. Maybe we'll get a move up here. Let's see. The second entry is at 40% now. No, it's just chopping. Okay. I'm going to head off. I can't handle this. I'm going to go crazy. All right. I will catch everyone later. I will be posting a couple new swings later today in the Discord, so keep an eye. Yeah. Be careful. Don't let yourselves get burned by SPY or Qs, SPX, IWM. Really, there's nothing positive to look forward to unless we break 775 on SPY or break below the opening range low here. I don't have the patience to sit here and watch it. The only play that I really have left that I haven't taken a trim on right now is the second SPY call entry, and they're down like 25% right now. Other than that, I think I knocked out check my phone. Knocked out like 60. Let's see, we knocked out 50% on sorry, watching SPY. Knocked out like 60% on Tesla first time, then we got 50% on Tesla the second or we got 80% on Tesla the second time. We got 25% on SPY the first time, 40% on SPY the second time. I don't know, it's some good gains for a choppy morning, in my opinion. Every time I tried to get in your free trial, it never worked. That's weird. DM me on Discord or DM me on X. I'll check my X DMs right now for those who have DM'd me. Yeah, that's weird. It should work. Maybe it's a Watt problem. I don't know. Just DM me. Cool. Thanks, everyone. I will catch you all later. Be careful. Trade safe. Don't let yourselves get burned. Looks like it's going to be a choppy day for the rest of the day. I'll catch you all later.